Augustine of Hippo, Confessiones, Book 1, Episode 14. Capiant ergo ne te caelum et terra, quoniam tu implace ea, an implace et restat, quoniam non te capiant, et quo refundis quidquid impleto caelo, et terra restat ex te. Augustine has more questions in his dialogue with the Lord. Capiant ergo ne. Here, ne asks a yes or no question, and it's attached to ergo, meaning therefore. Therefore, do heaven and earth, caelum et terra, contain, capiunt, or lay hold of you? Caelum et terra are neuter, singular nominative, and feminine, singular nominative, respectively, as the subjects of capiunt, and it's an instance, once again, of synecdoche, the part for the whole. A synonym of caelum et terra would be omnia. Therefore, do heaven and earth lay hold of you, or seize or contain, perhaps, you, te being the masculine, singular, and accusative object, because you fill them. Implace is a present tense from the second conjugation verb, implere, and ea is neuter, plural, accusative, its pronoun whose antecedent is caelum et terra. Or, here's another possibility, do you fill them, ea being implicit, do you fill them, implace ea, and restat, something is left over, because non te capiunt, they do not in fact contain you or surround you. And then this raises a question, to where, quo, whither, remember, to where do you pour out, refundis? This is a third conjugation verb, refundo, refundere. To where do you pour out, quidquid, whatever is left over, quidquid restat, whatever remains from you, from your immense, infinite spiritual essence, when heaven and earth have been filled, impleto caelo et terra. So quo is the interrogative adverb, refundis is the verb, the implicit subject is to, it's a second person singular. The object of refundis is this entire clause, this relative clause introduced by quidquid. Whither do you pour back, refundis, whatever remains. That's the verb, restat, of which quidquid is the subject. Whatever remains from you, ex te. It's a prepositional phrase. And then within the relative clause is an ablative absolute, impleto caelo et terra. This is ablative and this is ablative. And impleto is then the perfect passive participle. It's neuter, singular, and ablative, because caelum is neuter, and it is modifying caelo and terra, even though terra is a different gender. So whatever remains from you when heaven and earth have been filled. He could have added with terra the feminine form of the participle, impleta, but that would have been superfluous. It's understood from impleto modifying caelo. You may be wondering what these Roman amphorae are doing here. In the next section, Augustine will speak explicitly of wassa, of these vessels, and he will ask the question which his metaphor is pointing to, namely, how can heaven and earth contain God in the same way that vessels like this contain water? All of this arising from the statement in Jeremiah about God filling in place heaven and earth.